What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Movie Raised.
Did you guys know that the iconic Dame Maggie Smith has never seen an episode of Downton Abbey? Also, do you have any idea how complicated the departure of Dan Stevens was? And most importantly, do you know why the adorable dog Isis was killed off? In this video, we're going to talk about the untold truth of Downton Abbey. Enjoy the video. Dame Maggie Smith has never seen Downton.
I was wondering, William, if I could have a word with you alone after dinner.
I can't leave my guest, can I?
Downton Abbey is known for many things, but we can all agree that Dowager Countess of Grantham, aka Violet Crawley's one-liners, are one of the best features of the series. Here's an instance. No guest should be admitted without the date of their departure settled. As the fan-favorite character since the pilot episode, it's hard to believe that Dame Maggie Smith, the actress that portrays Violet, is not really impressed by her own performance. According to an interview with 60 Minutes, Smith said, "I've never actually seen it. I don't sit down and watch it. No, I have never watched it." Initially, Downton Abbey didn't plan to stop with season 6. In fact, Downton got cancelled. But before the show got cancelled, Smith told the Sunday Times that she planned on leaving the show. Why? Well, according to the actress, Downton made her way too recognizable, and she wasn't enjoying that much fame. During Downton, Dame Maggie Smith has won countless awards thanks to her performance, and her character is on the list of the most loved characters in cinema today. So, why has she never seen a single episode of the series? Well, as she explained in her interview with 60 Minutes, it is because it's frustrating. Here's the detailed explanation. "I always see things that I would like to do differently and think, why in the name of God did I do that? Why in the name of God did I do that?" Smith said to Mindfood in 2019, meaning that Smith is actually scared of seeing her own performance. "I really don't like to watch myself. I hate it. You are helpless to do anything to stop it once it's out there. And that has always terrified me," she further explained. Well guys, there you have it. The reason why Smith has never seen a single episode of Downton. What do you think about this? Now, let's continue with the departure of Dan Stevens.
I hope you didn't misunderstand me. I was only joking.
Of course.
Yes, we still can't get over Dan Stevens leaving Downton Abbey. The death of Matthew Crawley left us shocked, devastated, and most importantly, disappointed. You're probably wondering, what happened? Why did he leave the show all of a sudden? Was there a feud between him and someone on set? As you already know, Dan played Lady Mary's husband Matthew, and during the time on the show, fans got the chance to see Lady Mary happy. That was a big deal and a rare opportunity. However, his departure has nothing to do with the feud. In fact, he simply left Downton in order to avoid typecast in future roles. At least that's what he told the Australian newspaper. This is actually a thing a lot of actors are scared of, including Nina Dobrev from TVD. Did you guys know that she left The Vampire Diaries in season 6 because of the exact same thing? Avoiding typecast. But let's continue with Dan. Why was his character killed in a car accident on his way to meet his newborn son? Was that storyline necessary? Well, it turns out it was. Creator Julian Fellowes said to Dan he would love to see him back in an episode or two in the future, to which Dan's reply was a simple no. Dan would not stay. He was determined to go, Fellowes told The Express. "I tried to persuade him to come back just for one episode of the next series so we could give Matthew and Mary a happy ending, but he wanted to go off to America," he further explained. Do you guys believe that this was the reason Matthew was killed off in a car accident? Let us know. Now, let's continue with the scandal with Mr Pamuk. Downton Abbey had the tendency to include events that actually happen in our world, such as the sinking of the Titanic. However, did you guys know that the story with Mr Pamuk was too based on real events? The death of Turkish diplomat Kemal Pamuk in Lady Mary's bed was one of the most dramatic storylines in the series. For those of you not remembering what we're talking about, this all happened when Mary and Mr Pamuk slept together, and the diplomat had a heart attack, and, well, he he dies in Lady Mary's bed. According to Julian Fellowes, this is a thing that actually was told by a friend of his. I did enjoy the death of Pamuk because it was true. He said at the Cheltenham Literature Festival, that story came from a friend of ours. This friend had a great house and he was looking through a great aunt's diary in which he found an account of visiting diplomat who died, Fellowes said. According to The Telegraph, the diary dates from around 1890, and the story goes like this. One of the women in the house slept with a diplomat, and well, the rest is history. The food of Downton. Another really good feature in Downton is certainly the food that was served in every single episode of the series. Daisy and Mrs. Patmore are mainly responsible for the beautiful dishes that we saw. And one of the amazing things in the series is that the creators actually used real food for the show. According to an interview Rustic Magazine had with Lisa Heathcote, a person accountable for all the edible props for Downton, a lot of important conversations happen around a meal. So it's a conduit throughout the scene. You see, in order for the show to be as historically accurate as possible, Lisa had to do a lot of research on what kind of meals were eaten between 1912 and 1926. I find private collections of menus and go off to hotels and things, she explained. However, foods such as lobster and crab were used for 5 scenes or more, meaning that the same lobster was used day after day. This only brings us to the filming downstairs. Downton Abbey is divided into upstairs, where the Crawley family lives, and downstairs, where their loyal servants spent most of their day. However, did you guys know that the kitchen, the servants' hall, and the maids' rooms are all part of a massive set? Most of the scenes in Downton are filmed in the Highclere Castle. But that's not the case with the scenes filmed downstairs. Those rooms are actually built on a soundstage. The departure of Isis, one of the most heartbreaking scenes in Downton Abbey, occurred when the dog named Isis was killed off. Back then, a lot of people thought Downton decided to do this only because of the name. You see, ISIS is the name used for the extremist group Islamic State. However, you'll be surprised to know that the dog was killed off from the show because of Hugh Bonneville. Hugh plays Robert Crawley in the series, and he suggested it would be best to get rid of the dog. Here's his explanation. We always tried to fudge time in Downton because if you analyze it too closely, you'd go nuts, he said at the Oxford Union. This is one of the reasons we got rid of the dog. Someone had done some nerdy chart working out how old the characters would be if we started in 1912. So, the creators calculated how old the characters would be when the series' 6th season would air. And then, Bonneville said, wouldn't it be fun to kill the dog? He went on saying that most British men at this time are more attached to their dogs than their children, adding that this storyline would get the dog lovers at home weeping. Well, we still can't get over it, and we're not sure if we can forgive him. Can you? Downton Abbey, A New Era, will be released on April 29, 2022. And according to the already released trailers, this time, the Crawley family will be headed to France. On a related note, what are your hopes for Downton Abbey 2? Let us know down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe to our channel so you'll never miss any of our videos in the future. And as always, thank you for watching.